Are we good? Are we good? Nikki. I thought for sure it's 1K. That's what we did wrong. I was looking for you in the comments. Do me a favor. I have something for you. Please email me, or you can use the website and just go to the contact form. Emily can drop the website for you. I'm just lighting some incense. Today is November 15th. Hello, Odette. Some of y'all, just do me a favor and check, possibly. That is going like crazy. Do y'all see that? That's not how incense usually, well, not the ones I get anyway. Yes, you, Nikki. Some of you all check your spam boxes, because I definitely was sending like Rose, Odette, trying to think who else. But hi, Latanya. Doretha, my love, if you haven't, go watch the welcome video and follow the link to the I need your Google stuff so I can send you everything. And I'm not sure I have the right email for you, because I've been sending you stuff and I'm not getting. So either I'm in your spam or I don't have. But just go to the welcome video and get the link. How is everyone? We are here to do Earth today. Hi, Juan and Will and Teresa. You were getting emails in your junk. Okay. Yeah, she won't even have to do that. Emily, I just redid the website. So as soon as you pull up the website, there's a contact button. On the laptop, there's a contact button. But if not, if you're on your phone, there'll be 3 little lines, and one of those options will be to contact Susie. So you don't have to scroll. There's no scrolling. It'll be available to you. Yay, Rose. Okay, because some of you, like Rose is in the Astro, Odette is in the Astro. I was trying to like figure out whether you wanted to be invited to the last Zoom or not. So I don't want you to buy anything. I don't want to sell you nothing. I don't need you to watch something other than the welcome video, which doesn't give me any analytics. I don't want you to do, I want to be able to give to you things that I have for you, and make sure you have all your options. So, and I want you to especially participate in polls when they're deciding like what, you know, we all want to focus on next. Okay, so starting Earth signs, it's November 15th. We are still, hey Stephanie, we are still in Scorpio season. Hi, Tina. Gosh, if I didn't see somebody, I hope I'm not making anyone feel not seen. Aw, Nikki, you guys are amazing. Okay. And don't forget today, don't forget that Friday, I will I want to say book it. Speaking of that, one last. If you didn't go watch yesterday's Haunted Roadshow trips with Tracy, go watch it. She has this incredible woman on. She's from an all-female paranormal investigation team, and they are the most real, non-dramatic, there's recordings. The stories are incredible. The history she tells, and she's just right to the point. Like, I should aspire to be as to the point, giving as much information as possible in a quick amount of time as her guest was yesterday. But it's probably my favorite episode she's done so far. And that's always Tuesday at 12. You'll find me in the chat. Unless I'm in a session, you will find me in the chat because I love that show. Oh, is that Tracy's show? Yeah. I will schedule. That was the word I was looking for. I must have said book it because that reminds me of Tracy on purpose. I will schedule the live for Friday night. We're doing it 10 days ahead of time so you guys can like figure it out. There is a Gemini full moon. I want to say it's at late 4 degrees, early 5 degrees, late 4 degrees. And it's squaring Saturn. And the sun is conjunct Mars in Sag. And so for that, for everyone, we're doing a live. It'll be Nicole Lilith, who, you know, has finished her astrology school. And so we're going to be talking about it both in an esoteric way and an astrological way. And we will be taking questions and possibly like pulling cards, or she can take channeled questions. So that is all Friday. And I believe we're going to do that around 5 o'clock, but like on time 5 o'clock, so that the people in Europe also have time to like hop in there for a minute since it's on a Friday night. And I'll get that all scheduled. Hi, Flower Beauty. So for the earth signs today, this is applicable. First of all, if you're a cross watcher, if you just feel called to my shenanigans, there's probably a message in here for you. Aw, thanks, Tina. Shucks. There's probably a message in here for you. However, this applies if you have Capricorn placements, Virgo placements, Taurus placements, just placements. It also applies if you have second house placements, sixth house placements, 10th house placements. I mean, I have all of those. And then it also applies if you have Mercury near your ascendant, Saturn near your ascendant, or Venus near your ascendant. A lot of times too, like, I only have one Gemini placement, but it's so strong in my chart. It's one of my final dispositors, and I am a Mercury run chart. So a lot of times I'll be watching another reader do Gemini, and I was like, wow, that will really resonate for me. So if you're also, I mean, obviously if you're a Cap rising, a Virgo rising, or, but also if you're Gemini or Aquarius or Libra risings, these messages can also, because those are also going to be Venus, Saturn, and Mercury run, if that makes any sense. So I always feel like the earth signs kind of have the widest appeal. Just me, astrologically. Okay. First out's Taurus. 2 cards on the table already. Let's get, these cards have just been so direct and blunt lately, this deck for me. Taurus. Okay. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Okay, I'm gonna be fair. We're gonna reshuffle because 3 of the cards were sitting. I don't know if they fell and my son picked them up. I thought I picked them all up. He must have saw 3. So we're reshuffling. Trust me, the same cards will come out. I put cards back in and they come back out. We are reshuffling because I just realized there's 3 cards missing, which means universe would not have had all its words. Hi, Shauna. Okay, there's one that flew. 2 of these are the same cards. And all the cards in the last reading were in reverse, and all the cards in this shuffle, except for one. Okay, Taurus's second house, Venus run charts. So this could also apply if you're like a Libra rising. It's one of my favorite mugs because it came from my uncle when he lived in Cochabamba, Bolivia. Maybe one day I'll tell you about him. He's a very cool guy. Taurus rising, Taurus placements, Taurus sun. You may have been like anticipating somebody telling you something or giving you a truth, or you may feel like maybe a little crazy. Like, hi, Patty. You may feel like a little crazy that you feel like, I know that this person wants to tell me this or is going to tell me this, but they're just not telling me. And then we had 2 eclipses in a row, and you're like, for sure, that's all going to come out. Like, you know, I keep saying truth be out. All right, this guy's getting a little too smoky. Can we put you over here? Let's see how that goes. It feels like you're waiting on this truth. Like it feels like one of those sticky situations where you kind of already know. But you can't be like, listen, I know. Because what's going to happen is if you do that, they're going to be like, no, you're crazy. Of course not. I think you're exaggerating. Like, holy cow. And you're going to be like, no, I actually have proof. So you really, it feels like to have remedy with this person or to have everything, this feels like something like, I don't want to lose this person out of my life. I don't want to lose this situation out of my life. And so you want them to come clean, because if you have to come clean, first of all, they're going to deny it. But second, it doesn't set up this dichotomy, this exchange, this relationship, whatever kind of relationship is. It certainly doesn't send it up for success. Hi, Samantha. It feels like this is an ongoing anxiety around this thing, because it feels like you have suspected or intuited or felt for a long time what the actual truth was, and you were hoping they would come to you on your own. Then you were like almost in anticipation every day, once those eclipses are coming out, everybody's saying like, oh, you know, the eclipses bring truth, and they do. Neptune's in retrograde, that brings truth also. But your person is not like, no, nothing to see, nothing to tell here still. And your person could be a significant other romantically, or it could just be friend, family, work stuff, whatever. This situation is what's in your energy a lot. It's like everything is on hold. It's literally, it's so crazy. You're waiting for, I don't know why I feel like this has to do with money for some of you too. You're waiting on to like have a conversation, have a truth come out, something like that. This decides whether you stay or go. For some of you, you may have some of the truth and you don't have all of the truth. And you don't know if you want all of the truth. But at this point, it's too evident. Like you've known for a while, and then some kind of piece of evidence. Listen, you could have Pluto near your ascendant like me. For me, I never have to go looking for the truth. It falls in my lap. And it's always disappointing. It's always hurtful. Like, I wish I had $5 for all the times that I've said in my life. I really didn't want to be right about that. That's not validation I was hoping for. Like the confirmation of what I already thought or knew. And I've never had, it always came through some weird channel and would land on my lap. Any of my suspicions. You know, it's all placements have like, you know, all the great parts of it and then the parts of it. Latanya. I'm so used to it now. I just trust my gut. But this feels like it would be really nice if they would just tell you the rest of what needs to be said, because what you are imagining with the truth that you have is far worse probably than what actually all the facts are. And you, on some level, you know that, and you want to know, just like, can I know that you would come to me with the truth anyway? It's not even about what happened. If this person could come to you with the truth, that would leave room for all of this to be repaired. There's money involved for a lot of you in this too. But they're just not, they're not. And so your imagination may be going wild with what the truth is. This depends on whether look, we have the 8 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. Very much the same energy. This person giving you the truth, like, and when we have the Moon card, right? The Moon card is, you know, full moon reveals truth. And usually it's a truth that you've already known. There's water here. There's intuitiveness here, right? And we have yin and yang. We have karma and dharma. We have the light and the shadow. All of this involved in this card. When it's upside down, you don't intuit it any less. It's just not fully out yet, but it feels like it's right there. Right there. Feels like things are on hold, stagnant. For some of you, because this has been sitting in your subconscious and your intuition for so long. Again, this is Taurus, Taurus rising, Taurus moon, Taurus placements, 2nd house, and Venus run charts. Or Venus near the ascendant. Because you've been sitting in, what if this is, you know, if this is about another person, what if this is like more than conversation? What if this is like, this only happened, we were mad at each other, something like that. Or does he just not, is he or is she deciding or whatever? If this is work situation, like you're suspicious someone was brought on for you to trade so they can replace you. But because you sat in that energy for so long, not as maybe possibly what you, I think what you feel is right. I think what you know the truth to be is the truth, right? I think you have to trust your intuition. But I think also what you do with that truth, where you see it going, that is the imagination part. That is the extrapolation of the facts that you know to be true, that you're just waiting for the other person to give you. And then you're extrapolating, you are expanding, you are adding details in your head to how that could play out, because that's the piece you don't have. And you, not only don't you have that peace because they won't give it to you, you're feeling like you haven't made a move yet because you're not 1,000% sure. Even though you are, you're just waiting. You know, some of you, I totally get wanting that person to come clean and give you the things, even if this is kind of already over. You just want them to give you the closure, right? And like, here's the thing, Taurus, we don't get closure from the other person. Like, that's something we kind of have to give ourselves. And at some point, the truth may fall in your lap and you're like, see, I wasn't crazy. I wasn't right. You know, I wasn't wrong. That's, I promised you, finding out that you weren't wrong isn't the closure you think you need. The closure is something only you can give yourself. Yes, you're stuck because this person won't ABC, but there's a part of it that it's, you're staying in hope that there's some repair for this. And usually I say, hey, you think there's cheating and there isn't. I don't know if this is about cheating. This feels a lot like someone maybe has somebody like in the backup position. Like runner up. They are already fully, they're already fully like getting this person primed. I don't know that anything has taken place inappropriately, but just like if it's at work, they're training somebody to replace you. Kind of the same thing if this is a personal relationship, whether that's a friend or whether that's a romantic thing. This could be two family members talking about you. And one of the person that you're most concerned with, the person they're not now talking about you with is somebody that you two used to talk about together. You've already, in your imagination and in your head, explored the options of what you could do with your life if you don't stay. Like, not only have you like gone to the worst places of what would happen if you have the full truth, how bad it could be, but because you've been sitting with this so long, you've already started to like maybe plan out what it would look like if this doesn't work out. Oh, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. The full truth may not come out until our next eclipse for you. And things may seem to repair without the full truth coming out. And you may choose to acclimate. Hi, Karen. You may choose to acclimate, you know, when Neptune goes back direct. This is a very Neptunian card. The pain we feel during changes in relationships, the roster of people in our lives, the pain we feel is directly correlated to our resistance of that change. Hey, James. I'm going to say that again. The pain, the discomfort, it directly correlates with the resistance we put towards that transit, towards that change, towards the truth that we already know to be true. There's a lot of that here. If you feel like I won't have closure unless I have the full truth, then that's how you have to operate. That's within you have to do what's in with your safety of things, right? But I think you know some stuff. And I think that if you are in a job situation, you know, Taurus likes stability. Just be really advantageous in looking. As we see, my humble opinion, as we see, and this is very Earth signs message, so if Emily could just timestamp this for a collective Earth signs or just collective message. As we see more people leave corporate life and go into freelance, we will also see, which we've already been seeing because of COVID, when everybody was like doing the work from home, you know, corporations started to understand they didn't need as much real estate. They didn't need as much overhead. They didn't need, and freelancing often means you don't have to pay benefits. You don't have to do other things like that. As people go more into work for themselves, if that's not your thing and you want to work for a company, as companies farm out more of their work and there's less positions within a company and they do freelance a lot, they have outside agencies come in. One, understand your worth in that company. B, I would be advantageous about going to get something now. If being part of a company, if having a position within a higher structure that's how you roll, and that's absolutely fine. And we need that, right? That's just part of the systems. Then that's something I might be, just put out all your feelers. Don't just think about what you would do if you do end up making these into these. Don't just think about it. Like, start plotting, start planning. Make moves. Have options, not just in your head, Taurus. Less so if it's a relationship until you completely leave that relationship, because that's just not good energy to create for yourself. But especially if this is job or if this is money, and this may be about you waiting for somebody to pay you back or something like that, if you have like Taurus second. Bye, Samantha. But I would just say right now, plan on another way to have that money come in. Okay. I light incense all the time. They never bother me like this. Like, I'm literally tearing. Ooh. All right, we are on Virgo 202. Liam must have came and got, no, I don't want these cards. He must have come and got Nikki because he was like crying and scratching at the door. We want these. We're gonna do the Star Tarot. Virgos. How you freaks doing? My little closet freaks. Wasn't there a song called Closet Freaks? I want to say it was by like the hairdresser. There was two hairdressers. There was the one with the wigs, and then there was the other one on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Hi, Zoe. I sounded like, I don't know why I said that. Like, I was like, elbow in that voice. I don't know why that just came out like that. I felt like a Sesame Street character. I'm trying to remember. Why can't I remember the names? I could see their faces so interesting. I could see their faces so clearly. Oh, come on. Somebody else has to watch the real Housewives of Atlanta, like, since day one. Lawrence, I'm pretty sure he sang a song called Closet Freaks. And I remember thinking at the time, I was like, oh, it's a song for Virgos. Because Virgos seem very... But they like to serve. So this is Virgo rising, Mercury near your ascendant. If you're a Gemini rising, you could also find this and don't have any 6th house or Virgo placements. Oh, it really got my eye. I'm probably just gonna start having like mascara run down my face. Snuffing it out. That like literally never happens. It won't leave me alone. Like I put it out too. Hi, Betty. I'm shocked that it's not like... All right, Virgos, 2 more cards. What's going on with Virgo, November, December, and like, you know, beyond? What comes up, comes up. He is a super Virgo. Okay. I think people have this misunderstanding sometimes of earth signs, thinking they're going to be like very Mr. Spreadsheet or like button up, and they can be, but they're also some of the funniest people and up for a good time. Okay. Now I'm like sniffing too. Does somebody not feel well? I almost said something else. I'm not going to say it. I'll say it to Nicole later. It's not about Nicole. It's just that, like, I don't want to say it. Okay, my Virgo rising humor almost just came out. Not appropriate. Okay. We have 5 of Swords. So when you have the 5 of Swords, it's like you have everything you need to win, right? You have everything you need. Sorry. I keep hearing things in my head. I'm pretty sure I know what it is, Shauna, and it's okay. I'm just going to let it... I'm fine. Like, I have no cold, no nothing. Do you have a cold, Nikki? I feel like all of a sudden, my eyes are tearing. My nose is like giving me warnings. It's getting ready to run. Like, so weird. All right. Happy clairsentience. Okay, hold on. Universe, spirits, and guides, I call back all my power to me now from anyone using it. Wow. With or without my permission. Universe, spirits, and guides, I release any energy that is not mine to carry. And universe, spirits, and guides, I'm rejecting any energy sent to me not my highest good. Okay. Now, we will see if my clairsentient ass, we'll see how I am in 5 minutes. Okay. So we have the Five of Swords. Normally when you have the Five of Swords, there's been a trouble. There's been a battle. There's been, it could be like I feel like an uphill battle, which just means like, yeah, just don't forget to contact me, Nikki. And now I remember it's 1K. Do you see that? Hi, Amanda. You're the other one I've been waiting. I hope that my stuff isn't going to your spam, because I know I have the right email. I'm trying to email you, my love. So when we have that Five of Swords, Virgo, 6th house, Mercury run, or Mercury near the ascendant, it could feel like you've been in a battle for a while. It could feel like you, but Five of Swords means you have all the, if we remember the original Five of Swords, some people think that it's like ongoing conflict, but if we look closely at that card and we read all different kinds of meanings from all different kind of books, which is like my favorite thing to do, I'm gonna like make it rain with my cards. Ooh, yay, right here. Okay. Getting out a good old Rider-Waite. The battle's over. Now, I don't think that you feel like you could put your swords down. With this Five of Swords, this Five of Swords especially, we have triangulation here to some degree. We have the star. We have the cross. This is many layers. This wasn't one thing. Whatever this, if this was about like your love life, your finances, your feelings, and your well-being, like this was like triangulation in some way with these 3 layers, the heart, the star, and the cross. This could have also been painful, but caused a really big spiritual awakening, a really big epiphany, taking you on to a different place in your journey that you needed to go. But it's over. I just don't feel like you feel like it's over. You already have all the tools. One of the things that changed my whole perception around the Five of Swords was watching John Edwards read tarot, which I had never seen him do, but I follow him on TikTok. And he read tarot for people, and I was like, like, of course he knows tarot. Of course he probably used that as like a OG divination, right? Because like his gifts came in when he was kind of younger. And it just never occurred to me somebody with his gifts would read tarot, because I feel like, why would you read tarot if you don't need tarot? If you're like, OG expert, next level medium. Even though all of my medium friends also read tarot, even all of my like Lori Rivers, who's just astrologer beyond, still reads tarot, right? So never look at tarot as something only somebody needs when they're starting out because they don't have other gifts strong enough. Tarot is tarot and it's powerful. But he read that Five of Swords and it really brought in another layer for me. And I feel like when we're talking about Virgo and we're talking about taking things up a notch, right? And we're talking about always wanting that next layer, always wanting that like next layer of knowledge, next layer of expertise, next layer of confidence around your knowledge and expertise, and what you're able to give somebody. That's why they're servers, right? This Five of Swords tells me that the battle is over. You may not think it is. You may be on guard, as they say. You may be a little apprehensive, and I feel like I'm supposed to tell you to like rest a little bit. Like, you can let your guard down, because it's not good for your nervous system to never have your guard down, to never just like let things rest and not feel like, well, I'll let this sword down, but this sword I'm keeping, right? This probably stuck your feelings. It might have went after other things first, but the last thing it did was hurt your feelings. It's done. It really is done. There's a lot of, if you can see those swords, they're very battle worn. There's like chinks out of the armor. Like, there's actual breaks in the folded metal of a sword. And if you don't know, all swords are folded metal. I'm obsessed with samurai culture, so I know about swords. And I had 2 brothers that were in fencing, so I know about swords. We have the 7 of Cups again, but this time it's in reverse. Whatever this was, you could feel battle worn. I feel like I'm supposed to tell you, you can breathe, you can relax. Nobody's like after you right now, or if they are in any way, they don't have anything that can penetrate your knowledge, your expertise, your levels of protection. They're not in the same league as you anymore. They have other people that are threatening where they are to fight them. That's what I'm being told to say. You're kind of no longer a threat, because you had to work so hard in this battle that you went so above and beyond in your own life. Not above and beyond them, but above and beyond where you were when this started. I want to make sure I'm clear. This is not about you and them. Like, comparing ourselves to others only makes us lose momentum for where we are. When you're looking left and right, you're not focused forward. You're not focused inward. So you're kind of off their radar right now. Not because, okay, now you're so much better than them. They're looking at other people that actually threaten where they are right now, because they're not the kind of person that's going to do the inner work. So they're going to, if they haven't already, they're going to lose focus about you. And there's some energy work around that too, if anyone's ever interested. You have to allow yourself, Virgo, 6th house placements, Mercury run, Mercury on the ascendant. You have to allow yourself a little, the pragmatism, because this was so hard. This was so hard to deal with. And now I actually, notice my eyes stopped tearing. I'm not sniffling anymore. Do your protections, call back your power, release energy. It works. As soon as I felt what that was about, I realized it was not the incense, because that's a normal thing for me, and that doesn't happen. You have to allow yourself to think what things can look like tomorrow. You have to allow the imagination to open back up. You have to allow the fantasy, the dreaming, all of that. You have to allow it back up. I feel like you feel really disheartened. And again, at some point, I want to say you had to go cold or numb or something. You had to like cut something off. You had to like be like, I can't deal with this at all. It hurts too much. And they may be done, but the scars they left on me haven't just gone away. They may be done fighting with me. I can maybe be done fighting with them, but it feels like a long lasting. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Wands all in reverse. This is universe asking you to allow yourself to imagine, dream, fantasize a little bit about what tomorrow looks like. There's a lot of trust that was hurt in this situation. There was a lot of trust. A lot of trust. You're concerned about who you can stick up for. I think whoever this was, you probably, with that Seven of Wands now in reverse, whatever the situation is, you would have been like, I would have jumped in front of a train. I would have promised you on my life. I would have bet every last penny. This was not the person I would be fighting with. But they were. And so now, normally Virgo, I love the Nine of Pentacles here, right? This is very mini Queen of Pentacles. This is very mini Empress. It's very Earth. And I love that this Nine of Pentacles is here. I would like it better if it wasn't in reverse, but this situation has you so on guard, on lock, a little overprotective of, and I don't know if you can say overprotective after somebody went through this, because this was layers. This just didn't affect you personally. This affected you in other ways. Again, it gave you a huge upgrade. Yes, you don't want to be delulu. You feel like if you imagine what future looks like with friends, romantic partners, business partners, whoever this is for you, even family, and then you go to battle with them. Now you just feel like, I'm not going to advocate for anyone right now. Because every time I'm so sure, then, that doesn't turn out to be the way, that doesn't, right? I sat there and thought, I know I can dream the future with this person as a business, as a friend, as a romantic partner, as we can have family members that become like besties, you know what I mean? Like whatever this was, and now you're like, I am not. And also, this is a peace sign, a sign of peace, the dove. It's in reverse. It feels like your peace was disturbed, which is when I said they gave you scars that don't just go away once the battle is over. Your inner peace being disturbed, and peace about your own capabilities, your own abundance. Like if you were normally that person who felt like, I'm about to pick all the fruits of my labors, I work hard so that there's results, I am results driven. And that feels unavailable to you. And again, we have the dove showing up again in her hands. There's a lot here about they made you question what you could put all your hard work into. That's it. You're like, I can be numb. I can accept things for what they are. I can accept people for what they are. I understand the different levels of journey, and sometimes we split. I'm very pragmatic. I can have understanding. I am Mercury run. I can logically think around. I can feel my feelings, but also logically understand why people do what they do and why things end up how they end up, right? At the same time, this left a dent in your inner peace and belief in yourself, which is the hard one, right? It's not about your belief in this other person, like, oh, I thought they would be better and they weren't, and I believed in them. It's belief in yourself for the discernment of who's going to end up like that. So right now, it feels like you're going to be reluctant in your friendships. You're going to be reluctant in relationships. You're like, I'm not taking up for anybody. I'm not going to sit there and die on the hill of that person would never act that way. Because I just got done battling with them and they stole my fucking inner peace, which is the worst thing you can steal from me, right? Then we have that Nine of Pentacles, where normally you feel like I can build things. If things burn down, I can build them up again. I know how to do that. I am the abundance. Ooh, I feel like whatever this situation or this person was, they made you question how many more bad decisions about your faith in others and your belief in somebody's potential. How many more of those are you away from losing everything again? And that maybe you have to rethink that Nine of Pentacles is a solitary Nine of Pentacles. I was talking about the Queen of Pentacles being like the best partner, because she'll build everything with you. And if it all burns down, she'll rebuild it with you, because she understands she is the abundance. The abundance isn't an external thing. But this is like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can build it and lose it and build it all back. But how many times am I willing to do that and have the reason that it all fell away or that it diminished or that I lost it was because I put faith in another person. I advocated for another person and ended up with this. I'm going to tell you, this is a big thing for you. I don't see this clearing up this week. But what you are going to do, which is so Virgoian, right, is you are going to develop like a system of your expectations. And like, I can give and help grow people, because that's so important to Virgo, right? I can help grow people and not give everything to the point that if this turns into a fight, if I have to exhaust my resources fighting them, that it doesn't leave me bankrupt in my peace. It doesn't leave me bankrupt in my discernment, and it doesn't leave me bankrupt financially in any way. Again, you are already experiencing some kind of like huge epiphany, leveling up with this. Like, the battle is kind of over. It is the residual. You can feel like your body, your soul, your mind, your heart is like the battle-torn grounds that this battle. You feel like, woo, now this makes me want to cry for real. You feel like you both were battling, but the battle took place in your soul, in your mind. Like, they were left a little bit more untouched. And if nothing else, they're certainly publicly letting out or letting on, like they're just not as affected. So it feels like if it took place on one person's turf, it was your turf, your soul, your heart, your mind, your inner peace. That is where the battlegrounds are left. That is the battle site. And it feels like it's going to take a while to repair, but I promise you, when it does, it's going to, you know, disturbance like this comes in, and we just had like, you know, Uranus, and we still do to some degree, it's separating, but that Uranus-Mars opposition has been, it's been hell on technology, hint the Discord. But it's also, and that's going to get fixed by the end of the day. To my best ability, I can't fix Discord. I'm sure it's been long enough since they did all those upgrades, though, that we can get that all going. So look out for an email. Sorry. And that's if you're in the membership, if you're in one of the evolutionary clubs. But oh man, it takes time to repair battlegrounds. It takes time to repair inner peace. When you do this, though, it's not about, this is another reason never to let anyone in. You're going to rework your systems to be more efficient so that you can give without worrying that you're going to lose everything, that it's going to leave you, you know, spiritually, confidence, inner peace, bankrupt. And not to bankrupt your discernment, not to, and so I could hear you, whoever you are. I heard you right now say, when can I just be a giver and not worry whether that's going to bite me in the ass? When can I just give to somebody and give of my heart without worrying about whether it's going to end up in battle? Like, I'm tired. When does that person come along? That you are that person. You are the person that's going to come along. Very corny. You will be the change. The change is learning how to give without giving all of it. Right? We want to merge with people. We want to find our soul family. We want to merge with people. You can merge with somebody and still leave a piece of your discernment untouched. You can still leave a piece of your finances untouched. You can still leave a piece of your inner peace that you hold for yourself. And part of spiritual growing, part of our own personal and soul development, right? And inner maturity is learning that, one, we do not have to bargain everything we are to sweeten the pot to be good enough for somebody else. Sometimes we are so hyper aware of our flaws that we don't realize that those flaws are assets and comfort places to other people. So, like a kid at lunch, right? I went to school with my friend, Jeff. And his mom gave him a bagel with cream cheese every day for lunch. And we all wanted the bagel and cream cheese. We did not want our bologna sandwiches. So every day at lunch, Jeff, and the story of his mom finding out like 30 years later is priceless. But Jeff would come with his bagel and cream cheese, full well knowing he wasn't going to eat the bagel and cream cheese, but there was going to be the biggest negotiation. Like, NATO probably could have learned something from all of us for 6 months while he got that bagel. And what we would do is, I'll give you my sandwich and my cookies. I will give you my sandwich, my Capri Sun pouch, which was a big deal because they had just come out. Not everybody got one. And we would sweeten the pot because what he had to us was more valuable than what we had in our possession, what we had accessible to us. We would sweeten the pot. And unfortunately, what a lot of us do, working through our trauma, working through our own lens of what our flaws are, what our mistakes have been, we try to sweeten the pot with others, so we give everything. And learning that it is not selfish. I'm so sad because it's probably just that time of day for some people. Our room just got a little smaller. But learning that it is not selfish to keep some stuff for yourself. Hello, fire spirit. Fire spirit, are you alien? Like our alien? Our community's alien? That's a person. I'm just wondering because you put the little alien thing and you said, what's up? The same way they do. Anyhow, it is not selfish to not give everything away, and you don't need to sweeten the pot. You do not need to give away your Lunchable and your Capri Sun and your extra snack for somebody's one thing, because that one thing. You are. I had a feeling right away. See? Glad to have you in here. So that's the big message for Virgo. You know, we all were ready to give everything. We were ready to give 2 days worth of Capri Suns and snacks. We're talking about the 80s here, kids. For that one bagel with cream cheese. And it was a freaking frozen bagel. It wasn't even a real, I grew up in New York. It wasn't even a real New York bagel. It was like a Lender's frozen bagel with crappy cream cheese. And we all just thought that that was so valuable. And because everybody else wanted it, it, right, drove up the value of this. So you see other people as like, oh my God, they're a bagel and cream cheese kind of person. I better offer all of it. I better sweeten the pot. I better put an insurance policy on them wanting to be in my life, them loving me, them not looking peripherally for what else is available. Because you know, that bagel and cream cheese, no one cared what nobody even asked what anybody else had to trade. We all just wanted Jeff's bagel with cream cheese. So we think that what we have is less valuable. Let me promise you today, with a better sense of self-esteem, no way I would be giving my Skittles and my Capri Sun away for somebody's crappy frozen bagel with crappy cream cheese. I know that's like the stupidest thing to say, but it's like this insurance policy. Hi. Now, Emily says I should say it right, which is like, Shinigama Fall. I say it the same way. I tried. She corrects me every time. I think it annoys the bejeebus out of her. And I was like, it's the best I can do. Hi there. It is still going on. We're about to do Capricorn. But like this was, again, it feels like a big collective message. Careful what you deem so valuable about another person that you are willing. I just, like, back in the summer, I remember doing a really hard thing that old Susie wouldn't have done, which was put a boundary that I knew took away part of my insurance policy. I knew not just like doing whatever had to be done to keep this connection for me. I was taking away the insurance policy. I was no longer sweetening the pot to make sure that someone stayed. Now, I had a partner that got hit by a car and the doctor was like, you're going to want to leave the room. And he was practically crushing the bones, holding my hand, big scary man. And he was like, no. So I held his hand. I'm like, I'm good. I saw totally bones, all of it, inside everything. And the doctor was like, okay, I'm impressed. I have held loved ones' hands while they died on purpose. Like, planned for the moment. But taking away the insurance policy to whether I was tolerable and I was not doing everything I could to make sure somebody stayed was the scariest and bravest thing. And if you think that you just leveled up now, Virgo, wait until you let go of insurance policies and giving everything and being a little bit more watered down on your discernment, serving to the fullest of your availability because you think what they have is more valuable, so you're sweetening the pot. Wait till you stop sweetening the pot. I promise you the upgrade, you know. Okay. Capricorn. How you doing? I have no idea what I'm going to say. Anytime I sit down to the desk, and quite frankly, my Virgo rising and my imposter syndrome is like, what if none of these reads resonate? What if I have nothing important to say? What if, and then every single time some kind of big thing comes out, and it's not me. It's not me. The problem is when I'm in the, like, what if I have nothing important to say, that's me being an ego. When something valuable comes through, I'm very aware that I'm just a conduit. That's your relationship with your guides. Remember that when you find a reader of any type that's like lit as fuck, like how are they always so accurate? It's because they're a conduit, because they allow messages to come through. I feel that way about Tyler, because he was always like, I'm not psychic. I'm not, like, I don't really actually think he works out of ego. There's a lot of bravado. He's an Aries, but I don't think he works out of ego. And he tends to be really accurate. And it's because he just allows himself to be a conduit, and he does not, he's always like, these are probably all wrong, right? Like, think about it. When you have a conduit, like, it's, and I'm saying this to you because this isn't about me. It's just another sign for you all to trust yourself, because if you're worried about being wrong, but you have faith in universe, or you have faith in your guides, or you have faith in how all of this works, then remember that that's not really in your hands. You just have to agree to be an open conduit. And you have to understand that it's not about right or wrong. It's just going to be whatever comes through you. I promise you that'll take so much pressure off of you. Okay, let's read. I want these. Capricorn. My hair looks horrible when I turn the side of my head. I promised I brushed it. I promised I did. I need like a serious conditioning treatment, and I just haven't been putting that time into myself lately. Very happily been very busy kind of like getting all the you know, the wheels well greased for membership. Our first Zoom Astro party was insane. I mean, feel free to comment if you were there, but it was really, really nice. And it's really because of the community and incredible. And it was nice just knowing that it was private and it wasn't going to be a live stream. And if you were there and you want just, I've decided. So if you were there and you want just your portion, that's what I'm going to do. Afterwards, if you were there, and then I'm just going to give you your portion. So everybody has a little bit more autonomy, because it's the whole point of the private Zoom party. Well, your guides, thank you for saying that, Zoe. But that's, you know, sure, I study all that stuff, but like your guides wanted you to hear that. Oh, Teresa, big hugs. Thank you, Stacy. Hi, babe. Okay, that's too many. That's too expensive. Must be more than this provincial life. I feel like that line from Beauty and the Beast is everybody's fucking theme song right now, especially if you live in the States. I need 3 eggs. That's too expensive. It's ridiculous right now. Okay. I think the astrologers told you, Taurus, Jupiter, Uranus and Taurus, we're going to see food stuff. Grow your gardens. If you're in clients sessions with me, I have been telling you for well over a year. Okay, so Capricorn, I'm coming out. I'm coming out. Oh. Okay, listen. We have the Hermit and reverse. You maybe step back, chilled for a minute, right? We have this Magician. This Magician looks really... This is the most Saturnian magician I've ever seen. Can we agree? Yeah. So Capricorn is, you know, you're planning. I want to say plotting. 10th house, Saturn ruled, so also Aquarius rising, and Saturn near the ascendant as well. It feels like two different reads. We also have the Page of Wands and the Nine of Swords. Oh, okay. So you may have been studying something, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. Again, 10th house, any kind of Capricorn placements, Saturnian ruled signs, risings. Listen, you went to go learn something. I've been doing this read for Capricorn for years. There's been a thread of Capricorn signs, like, they know that they have the wisdom, the experience, and they learn shit the hard way. Like, they learn to drive on a stick. Whatever their skill, you know, pocket is, whatever they do for a living, whatever they do in life, however people know them, whatever they are known for, they learned it the hard way, and like they could teach it at this point. They could innovate it. But things are changing, and things are changing quickly. And it's annoying to them. This has been my community for Capricorn, that new people are coming in doing shortcuts. And everybody's like, look how great you are. And you're like, I took the proper how many years and learned it the right way. Like, you're doing the shortcut way. And war is not coming like that, alien fire spirit. I'm just going to call you troublemaker. He's not mad that I said that. It's not coming like that. We're not having global, you know, thermal nuclear war. Like, yeah. But I just want to say that out loud. So there's just food stuff because Uranus is in Taurus. Okay, so there has been a resistance, and again, your discomfort, agitation will always be directly correlated with the level of resistance you have towards changes, right? That's just life. You decided, okay, I'm going to quietly go learn all these new shortcuts, go learn the new systems to do things, and then I'm still going to come back and beat all your asses. That's what I'm hearing. That is this is planning. This is manifesting. Okay. So you are doing the things, Capricorn. You are doing the things. You are learning the new skill. You are learning. And this could be, and I'm getting this for some of you, this could be like fucking gentle parenting. Are you kidding me? How about you get your ass home? I am hearing like, for some of you, this is learning. I just saw this thing. It was one of the Wayans brothers talking about his child being trans and the transition. And he said the transition that meant the most to him wasn't his child's transition, but his own transition, and what he was so used to being okay and not okay, and how he transitioned and opened up. It's this really beautiful interview. If I can find it, I will put it in the comments of this video later today. Lee, can you remind me, maybe like just send me a text now? It won't interrupt anything, so I don't forget. But this is quietly learning. And so if this isn't about job stuff, this is learning about somebody else's trauma. Because, you know, Capricorn climbs the mountain with they are feeling people, they are humanitarians, but like they're pretty sure they have the right ways to do things. And also some of the newer stuff is just not for them. And they're like, I'm okay with that because my ways work. My ways have been working. This works for me. It's so crazy because earlier today I was thinking about this one Capricorn person. kind of still in my life, but just not like they were. And they wanted me to sit down and watch Temple Grandin with them. And they said to me, if you don't cry at this one part, you're not even fucking human. This part was so incredible to them. And I remember looking at them and thinking, because we had already been together, broke up, and now we were like becoming like friends again, because that's what we were before. So there had been some space. And I remember looking at him and saying, like, when you broke my heart and I cried in front of you, you were like, no one's got time for tears. But now if I don't cry at this one part because it means something to you, and this is not at all Capricorns, but what I'm saying is that they can get a little set in how things should work because they have, first of all, they've had to adult since they were a child. The other thing is that, you know, this has been their survival. This has been like, you learn everything, you get it done right, because that protects you from the things that come in and go bump in the night and go bump in your life and hurt you. And I'm trying to tell you to do things that way because I love you and I don't want to see you hurt. It's not because they want to see you cry at that moment, not because they want to see you cry, but because they want that connection. They want that, like, you care about the things I care about, because I've been very discerning about the things that I've cared about. So this plotting, this manifesting something, you're doing it, but I feel like it bothers you. With the 9 of Swords, the not sleeping card, and the Page of Wands in reverse, which means like starting all over. Like, are you kidding me? Hey, TS. The thing about Capricorn is learning all of this new stuff, learning gentle parenting, learning that somebody in your family, somebody you care about, is maybe LGBTQ, or, you know, or they are, and so now being supportive and having to almost feel like whatever this is that's making you start all over again, there's still like an inner struggle of like, everything was good the way it was. There is tradition involved here that's not tradition for tradition's sake, but because it just works. It's the system that has been working, and why does everybody have to kind of change to these new ways? This was unnecessary. I get my work done just as fast. There's no shortcut. I have the knowledge. Like, why are we giving people shortcuts? Because then they're gonna not have there's that, but also, again, I feel like you may be dealing with somebody who has trauma. You may be dealing with a child that has anxiety, and you have to incorporate gentle parenting, which is something that you maybe didn't think was like any good, right? And it produced adults that were not going to be able to handle the world, because the world has things that goes bump in the night. Or you are possibly dealing with somebody who is transitioning, and it's causing you to transition. And you're going to do it. And if you're going to do it, you're going to do it all the way. And you are doing it. You are learning. You're not resisting that part. But there is just still like the old you integrating. And this is what happens anytime we heal anything or we change anything. This old part of you feels like there's possibly that learning this new thing is like a sign of weakness. Oof. Whether it's job, listen, this is going to slowly happen until we see Aquarius fully. This feels like something that's going to be ongoing. This could be as simple as learning new vernacular. This could be pissed off that politics right now, if you're in the States, or it could be anything anywhere, but like Capricorn is not always so traditional that they're conservative, right? This could feel like why are we starting, like, it makes me uncomfortable that we're starting fresh again. I feel like no one's going to have enough information and no one's going to be experienced enough. You know, this could express in a different couple of ways, but the thing is, you are doing the hard work. You have quietly been learning. I feel like you're so comfortable at that expert level that you're not showing everybody yet what you're learning. You're not talking about it. You're not professing expertise in it yet. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, if you have a Capricorn placement, 10th house placement in your life, and they for any reason seem harsh or insistent that their way is the right way, I promise you it's because they care. If a Capricorn doesn't care, they're going to be like, you do you, go fall on your face, whatever. If a Capricorn cares about you, they might be a little insistent that they can give you the better way to do things. And it can feel like, if I have any cross watchers, that you feel like, does the Capricorn not think I'm good enough as I am? Like, did they only take me on as like a fixer-upper? Because I don't want to be that to somebody else, right? As we're learning and growing and, no, the Capricorn loves you to death. They care and they want to see you protected and safe from what they have experienced. Don't forget, Capricorns missed some of their childhood. That's why Capricorns are like so funny. And there's like, when the on duty light is off, I'll die on this hill. They are some of the most fun, crazy fun, blur the lines fun people you can hang out with. Because they're still making up for those times when they had to be an adult way too early. Some of them were 5 and 6 when they had to start having adult thoughts instead of having kid thoughts. Like, what's the responsibility here? Who do I have to take care of before I can just wake up, learn, have fun, play? So they play as adults, they play hard. They want to protect you because they know how rough life can get and how quickly it can get. They don't want you to have those experiences. They don't want you to be. But Capricorns, here's the thing. These are going to turn upside down and you're going to start to feel, I promise you, whatever the subject is, whether it's personal and it's gentle parenting, having somebody dealing with trauma, you may have to like stop saying things the way that you said them. She's going to be fine with me sharing this. When we were all living with my mom, when I was taking care of her, she would say things to like, Liam, if you do this for me, I'll love you so much. And I was like, nope, Liam, do not go do that thing for her. And I would look at her and I was like, we don't do that. We don't condition love on favors, because it also makes him worry, well, if you'll love him less, if he doesn't really want to do it. And it's funny because, that is something, sometimes I'll ask him to do stuff now and bye, Amanda. And he'll say, Mom, thank you, but no. I said no. And so I love that I've taught him this boundaries, but it took my mom a lot to unlearn. Like, she didn't think that was anything harmful. She would never have done anything to harm him. It is relearning, Capricorn. There's something here to relearn, but once you do, you are going to also be a champion for all of those people that this, the way, Capricorn, that you want to protect others. You understand how harsh and cold the world can be and why you need all that real knowledge and why you need to go do things the right way and why, the shortcuts are frustrating when you watch people do that. This is going to now umbrella and encompass, because you are all humanitarians. That's a hill I'm willing to die on with Capricorn. You really want to leave the world a better place through each person you interact with. And so now this is going to give you a wider berth, a wider umbrella, a larger encompassing of people that you are going to be able to guide, help, protect, teach, This letting yourself feel like the Page of Wands in reverse and worrying about it, Capricorn, makes you guys the most beautiful fucking humans. Because, and I said this about a client's significant other the other day, when you meet a person, whether it's age or whether it's environment or whatever, or whether it's their astrological placements, that's more fixed. And even though Capricorn's cardinal, there's some fixed energy about it. Oh, that's another whole thing. But when you see somebody that would have just happily gone the rest of their life in the same way, and they change because they are inspired by love, holy cow. Like, that's an incredible person. And that is rare. Capricorns are rare. Your Capricorn people are just different. So if you're cross-watching and this, just know that these people are trying hard and they feel really uncomfortable. And Capricorns, if you can hear me, so proud of you. I know you don't need anybody to be proud of you. You get to be proud of other people. You don't need anybody to be proud of you. However, saying to a Capricorn sometimes that you're proud of them can feel almost condescending to them. Depending on the Capricorn. But I think it's incredible. And I think it's admirable. And I admire you for willing to be that uncomfortable to open up the way you're opening up right now. Capricorn's just having a huge transformation and opening up in ways they would not. So I take back. I'm not going to say I'm proud of you. I admire you. And only Capricorn can do it the way that they're going to, and do it 1,000%. And they will still be at that top of that Capricorn hill, showing everybody the right way to do it. But now with just this huge expansive, new and old, only the way Capricorn can do it. All right, guys, I love you. Now you love you. Membership people, you know the drill. Within an hour, there will be a poll put up on the community tab. It'll only be visible to members. And you will pick the subject that you want me to do the extended elemental earth signs on. That will be up on Friday for members only. Friday nights, don't forget, Friday night, we're going to do the special, Nicole and I, over the full Gemini moon. And please don't forget, for everyone, there is a poll up on my channel right now to help us pick a permanent place. Because I was doing Sundays, kind of Connie Joe, and I picked that time together. But now sometimes Connie Joe is on at that same time. And I don't want anybody to feel like they have to pick where they have to be. And I also want to accommodate the people in Europe. And I also want to accommodate everybody. So there's a poll up. I just want to have everybody, please do, if you do anything for me, please go check out that poll. All right, everybody have a great day. Bye.